Hey guys! So today, since Summit got canceled, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make dog toys out of t-shirts. So basically you only need two supplies. You need just a pair of scissors, these are my old kitchen scissors, and just an old t-shirt. This one came out of the bottom of my drawer. So the first thing you're going to do, you're just going to cut the sleeves off of your shirt. So normally what I do is I just go along the seam line, and I just cut it a little bit, and then if it gets kind of where you can't cut it, you can just like rip it off. No big deal. So then I just cut from the other side until it's all the way off. So whenever you're cutting it, it doesn't have to be neat or pretty or anything like that. It just needs to just come all the way off. Okay. So after you get the one off, you can just lay it over to the side, and then you're going to turn it over and do your other one. I'm just going to cut right along the seam line just like you did before. And sometimes it's easier if you like pull it and like cut underneath it and then just go right along that seam and just cut all that off. So once you have that done, all you're gonna do, you're just gonna lay this one over to the side as well, like so. So now you're just gonna have an old t-shirt without the sleeves. So I'm just gonna turn this right side out. So then what I do after that is I just cut out the neck if it has one. So I normally just cut like a little slit right here, just to where I can get this out. This is probably going to be your hardest part, just getting the neckline out. So just cut all that. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty, just so you don't have your neckline. You can rip it out as well. So just gonna keep on snipping. Okay, then I got part of it out, so then I'm gonna cut this off. You're gonna put this in a different pile. That's just gonna be your throwaway pile. So then I'm gonna go, this is the back end, and I'm just gonna keep on snipping and make sure I get the tag out. Okay, so now that my neckline is completely out of my shirt, it's just gonna look like this. Basically, you have a cut up shirt, no sleeve, no neckline. So then along the top seam of your shirt, like so if you lay it out flat, you're gonna have a seam at the top. So what you're gonna do is just cut right along that seam. Okay, so now you're just gonna have a long piece like this. And so where you cut your sleeve, you're just gonna keep on cutting the whole way. So right down the middle. So normally I just fold mine in half. And I'm gonna put my scissors right where I cut that sleeve. And I'm just gonna snip all the way down. It doesn't have to be pretty or anything like that. Okay. So you're just gonna keep cutting. I'm just gonna rip mine. Okay, then right here, I come along a seam. I'm just gonna cut. Okay. So now I have one side. So now I'm gonna cut. See how it kind of comes to a V? You're just gonna cut that V to where you have two halves of your shirt, the front and the back. Okay, so once you do that, you have two halves of a shirt. You have the front and the back. So in order to do the dog toy, all you gotta do is you're gonna cut this shirt into strips. So I normally just however much you want them apart. I normally do 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So just a chunk, like about that much. You're just gonna take, I just normally do like a little snip of it, and then I just rip it all the way down to save on some time. You're just gonna keep on ripping. And then if it gets a little hard to rip, just go ahead and continue on with your scissors, and they don't have to be even or anything like that. So I got to my other seam, and then I just cut it out into strips. And you're just going to keep doing that the whole way through your shirt. So I have another strip, and I'm just ripping it. And so and you really can't mess this part up at all. If they're really sloppy, it's okay. See, like mine has this little like piece, so I'm just gonna cut that off. No big deal. Just like that. And I'm just gonna put that in my scrap pile. So, and then once you get 3 strips, or you can cut your whole shirt up, it's up to you. Okay, so you're gonna get 3 strips, and then you're actually gonna make your dog toy. So, I'm gonna get my 3rd strip ready. Okay, so now I have 3 strips of just an old t-shirt that I've cut up. So I want to take them from the top, and I'm just going to put like my finger around it, and I'm just going to tie a knot in the top. So from here, so I have another strip, and I'm just ripping it. And so and you really can't mess this part up at all. If they're really sloppy, it's okay. See, like mine has this little like piece, so I'm just gonna cut that off. No big deal. Just like that. And I'm just going to put that in my scrap pile. So, and then once you get 3 strips, or you can cut your whole shirt up, it's up to you. Okay, so you're going to get 3 strips, and then you're actually going to make your dog toy. So, I'm going to get my 3rd strip ready. Okay, so now I have 3 strips of just an old t-shirt that I've cut up. So I want to take them from the top, and I'm just going to put like my finger around it, and I'm just going to tie a knot in the top. So from here you kind of have a little bit of leadway. I normally just lay mine down after you tie it. You just gotta tie it really tight. So I normally just lay mine down, and then you're gonna have 3 strands. So from the 3 strands, you're gonna braid it. It doesn't matter if it's pretty, you can knot it, you can braid it. I normally just braid mine because that's what I know how to do. You're just gonna braid it all the way down. It doesn't have to be pretty or anything like that. So you're just gonna keep on braiding. And then, once you get all the way down to the bottom of your very last one, I'm getting there. Oh, almost there. So then once you get down to the bottom, you're just going to tie a knot in it. See, one of my strands wasn't as long as the others. So, but again, not a huge deal. So we're just going to tie it. I'm going to take this other one that wasn't as long, pull that through, and just get it really tight. And then try to make sure that it's really as tight as possible so that your dog, the dog that doesn't get it, can't rip it apart. So, I mean, it's really not super pretty, but then you can take your scissors and you can cut off a little bit of the excess. I normally just cut off a little tiny bit, just to where it's not so long. And then from the top, just leave mine like that. And then this is just a little bit uneven, so I'm going to cut it again. And then I'm going to make sure that these are super tight. And you have your dog toy. And basically you're just going to repeat that until you run out of shirt or you run out of materials. And you can do the same thing for your sleeves if you cut these in half. I normally just cut mine, I just do 2 strands and then I just keep on knotting them the whole way down. And you have as many dog toys as you want. And that's really all there is to it. So I hope that you guys are staying safe and that you guys have fun making your dog toys. Thank you.